Hey everyone, it's Breno and PJ here for NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast 2024 team wrap up. We're doing the reviews for all the NRL teams and we're there. We are now looking at the second place in the regular season Panthers, but the premiers of the 2024 season, the Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, the true first place team is the team that wins the grand final. So we had to finish the season on the Penrith Panthers. Bravo, Panthers, on a massive year. You guys have been fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at the second place, but come first, Panthers in the 2024 season. We're going to check it out and have a look at how they're going to possibly finish in 2025. PJ, kick us off with your overall view, Panthers 2024 season.
Yeah, well, we started with the Melbourne Storm and we finished with the Melbourne Storm. The Panthers started the season with an 8-0 loss to the Melbourne Storm and they finished it with a 14-6 win over the Melbourne Storm. Ironically, 8 points, which is the total number of points that was scored in the first round match, Breno. Need the X-Files music. But anyway, they had a great season. Very scratchy absolutely. Start. Like the Storm, actually, Breno. There were a couple of games early in the season.
A lot of the top teams had an ordinary start, yeah.
Yeah, and the Roosters as well. A couple of games in the top they lost. You know, they started, beating Parramatta and the Broncos, edging out the Roosters, then lost to Manly, then beat the Tigers, then lost to Cowboys, then beat South and nearly lost to the Bulldogs, and then lost to the Warriors. And then they pumped the Sharks 42-0 after that.
Yeah, so if you've been hiding...
So it was a wishy-washy start to the season at best.
So if you've been hiding under a rock and haven't seen the results, we have the premiers here, the Penrith Panthers. And let's go check them out after their quad crown.
The premiership pink Penrith Panthers from Penrith Park.
Too
many peas.
You didn't put the marbles in your mouth for that one.
I need to go in the bathroom. Too many peas.
So here we are, the Penrith Panthers ended up second in the regular season with 40 points, 17 wins, 7 losses, and difference points of 187. Top team, it's not really that good, is it? 580 points and 394 conceded.
Yeah, so 580 points, Breno, is the sixth best attack in the comp. So in that ball game, the Panthers were probably below par.
Yeah.
When it comes to
second with that,
winning a grand final. If you want to win a grand final, you've got to come top 4 in defence. They were number 1, 394. The next best was the Sharks, 431.
Yeah.
So Penrith definitely in the right spot when it comes to defence, but probably could have been doing better in attack.
Well, it's in saying that 80% completion rate, which is pretty good. Tackle efficiency 81.8 was all right. But average points 24, average conceded 18.
And you can see there at the start of the season, Breno, those losses we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The Storm in round 1, Manly there in round 5, a couple more losses in there, but still pretty green. Let's be honest, it's Penrith Panthers, so still pretty green. As you go through the season, a couple of late losses there, a couple of losses in the middle there. The Cowboys was without their origin stars. And then a couple of late losses in the season that kind of hurt them a little bit when they were trying to get the minor premiership. The Melbourne Storm one, obviously the big one.
Yeah, for sure.
Going down to the Storm 24-22 in an absolute friggin' cracking match. That should have been the grand final. Would have been a lot closer to pick the score as well. But they backed it up with a loss to the Raiders and then, kind of hit their form from then.
Yeah, that was my worst game. So it was hard to find their worst game, to be honest. Losing to this team in the first round by not much and then come up against Melbourne. A close game, but beaten again by only 2 points and to be beaten again the following week by the Raiders of all teams. So the loss 22-18 against the Raiders was the worst for me when they expected to walk all over them. And if you remember, PJ, this game was on when we met before the Rabbits Knights game at Core. We both looked up at the screen and couldn't believe the Raiders were beating the Panthers.
Couldn't believe our bloody eyes, I tell you now.
Only by 4 points.
Our eyes.
Yeah, so that,
Yeah, but they'd clear out for large portions of the season, you
yeah,
know. I had a look at the games. I was really torn. Like the Dragons' loss was a bad one, but I'm pretty sure that was an Origin week.
yeah,
Looking at the lineup, I'd say it was. But I think I'm going to go with the round one. Actually, 8-0 to the Storm.
yeah,
Not even to score. You
yeah.
know, when it
It
comes
was a
to
bad start.
losses,
Yeah,
that's a really bad start. And they were very average. The 32-18 against Manly was also probably their worst loss. 6-1, half dozen the other.
yeah.
I think they're probably in the running for the worst loss. What about the best win, Brenner?
Best win. Best game was the Sharks in round 12, 42 to 0. Also beat them
Zero.
26 to 6 in the prelims. But round 12 was the biggest win for them at the sold out Shark Park or PointsBet. 13,000
Yep.
people anyway, and 7 tries to none. Massive effort by the Premiers there.
Yeah, I had the same game. They were just
Yeah,
outstanding that night. Sharks were bad. They weren't diabolical, but they were pretty bad. And Penrith just capitalised on every mistake they made the entire night. It was very frustrating watching that game as a Sharkies fan, I'm sure.
for sure. All right, so let's check out their 2025, how they might look next year. A couple of players coming in. And there's
Good players too,
few
Brenner.
going out too, yeah.
Yeah, Zaya Papali'i from the West Tigers. He's had enough of losing, like
Yeah.
Utaka Manu, who's gone to the Storm. So, yeah, I think a few people click on. You go, I can keep working hard here and getting nowhere, or I can just take a massive pay cut, go to one of the top two teams and potentially win the grand final.
That's the way to
Ask
do it.
Alamotti what he thinks about his move from the Bulldogs to the Panthers.
Yeah,
And Papali'i, Manu, they've both left the West Tigers, gone each way to the Storm and the Panthers. Blaze Talungi, massive, massive loss for Parramatta.
for sure.
He's such a good young player. He's been told by the Panthers, I've been told, that he has the number 6 jersey next year. It
Okay,
is
cool.
his
Yep.
to give up.
Yeah,
So
right.
with, as you can see there, Jerome Luai and
Yeah.
Taruva both going to the West Tigers, that frees up the 5'8" position for Blaze Talungi to get in.
Yeah.
They would have got it way cheaper than they got Jerome Luai, Breno. Penrith are in a great spot to do it again, but James Fisher-Harris is also gone.
Yeah.
He's heading to the Warriors. Is Isaiah
Isaiah Longy, yeah. Going to
Zalongi, he's gone to
Para.
Parramatta. Taylor May released. I think he's already been picked up by the Roosters with his brother, bro. But Penrith won't be much different to this year, I'm feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a few big players, obviously notable, Luai and Taruva, but yeah,
Yeah.
they've still got a pretty solid team.
Yeah, and Alamotti, one of those people off contract. He signed a 1-year deal with the Panthers and won the grand final.
Yeah.
So the big question, Breno, can the champion
Can they go to
4
5-peat?
times in a row? Did you ever think we'd see this again?
No.
I didn't think I'd ever see this again.
Like
And
I
I
said
think, in
before,
fairness,
yeah, you have to
it's
go
the
back
first time in my
to
life.
you have to go back to that run that St George had back in
St.
the
George, mate,
50s
yeah.
and 60s, where they won 11 in a row. But
Yeah, South
Four in a
nearly
row.
did it in the late 60s, 70s, but they were scuttled in the 69 grand final by the Balmain Tigers, so they only won 4 of 5. But Penrith have won 4 in a row for the first time since the 60s. I never thought I'd see this happen again.
Yeah.
And looking at the
In the
lineup,
modern
they've
game,
lost a
yeah.
few. They've lost a few, but Papali'i's a massive gain.
yeah,
Talangi is a huge gain. Now Clint Gutherson's apparently on the outer at Parramatta. So it's going to be interesting to see where he lands
that's right.
if he's allowed to lead. Parramatta wooden spoon for sure. Got to be, right?
You think
Penrith
so?
Panthers, I'm going second next year, Brenner. Second
Nice.
spot.
Okay.
I think the Storm are going to hold first.
Okay. Second or third for me. Yeah. Yeah. Storm.
Yep.
Yeah. As we said when we talked about them, yeah, they'll probably be number one again. And
Yeah.
a good chance.
Losing 5 players is tough for Penrith, but they've
yeah.
gained 2 really good ones. I think they're still going to be right up there.
So it could be a rematch next year, the grand final, Melbourne and Panthers, the way they're looking.
Oh, that'd be
next year.
fun.
Can they do it though? What are they going to call it next year? Is it the 5-peat? Come on, be a bit more original.
It's the Pentipeat.
The Penrith.
It's the Penrith Panthers.
Penrith.
Pentagon is 5-sided. It's the Pentipeat. Trust me, it's going to be on shirts.
Too many P's again.
Pentipeat. The Penrith Panther Pentipeat.
Oh, wow. That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments what you think of Penrith's season. Obviously, if you don't think they're bloody champions, you're an idiot. Because they won,
They won
4 times in a row. So
Yeah.
let us know what you think of their season.
Convincing.
Let us know what you think they're going to do next year. And we're done, Breno.
That's it. Number 1 is done, and we're all over
You had
for the...
fun making these videos?
Yeah, it was good.
Breno?
It was awesome, yeah. Hope everyone enjoyed it and get something out of it, even though we dribble on a little bit sometimes, but...
Yep. So we'll be sharing some information about the Pacific Cup and the Pacific Shield. What's the other one called? Plate?
I'm not sure.
The Pacific Nations tournament that's coming up in a week or so. We'll be sharing information about that. Throughout the off season, I'm going to share some massive highlights from games of the past. I'm going to find the best games from every team and share them with you on our Facebook page with highlights of the great games of the past. So keep an eye out for the flashbacks from PJ. They might not always be on Friday, but maybe Flashback Fridays.
Flashback Friday.
Maybe. Yeah, and then we'll see you all again next year. We hope you had fun.
Yeah.
We'll do a pre-season wrap-up preview of the season to let you know where we think everyone's going to come.
Yeah, so keep an eye on our page. We're still posting, like you said, Pacific Nations.
Lots of news stories.
And when the draw comes out, hopefully in November, we'll rip that apart as well. All right, it's been a great year. Thanks everyone for joining us. Nice doing it with you, PJ. Couldn't do it without you.
Yep. It's been a lot of fun, mate. Happy Halloween, happy Christmas, happy New Year, happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.